Well, good evening, internets. This is me, DP Knudten, and I'm getting really close to the end of this thing. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Bookward Bound, my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done. And what is that done? The done is the creation of a brand new book called NONFICTION BRAND, Discover, Craft, and Communicate the completely true, completely you brand you already are. That's the cover right there. And guess what? The book is pretty much done from the content perspective, but now it's all about formatting. So what am I doing tonight? Well, tonight is episode 280. Yep, 280 of 301, meaning I have 21 left to go before I upload these press-ready files to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing space, where I will be self-producing this brand new book. And believe me, it's been quite the trek. But now is the part where I get out the triple-aught steel wool to polish this thing to a fine sheen. And let me tell you, that can be its own trial in its own right. In fact, I've been working all day on cleaning this thing up and getting rid of all the little challenges in formatting and stuff like that. And I'm going to keep doing that tonight. And but instead of using Scrivener, the application I use to actually write this book, I am using Microsoft Word for final formatting, as much as I hate to admit that, because I do not like Microsoft Word. In fact, I call it Microsoft Turd for a reason. It's for a writer who has to use it every single day. It's just painful. You know, if you judge a craftsman by his tools, don't judge me because I have to use Microsoft Word. That's all I'm saying. And hold on a second as I get this thing set up correctly. And here we are. I'm going to take you on over to that. And you can see I've got the book laid out as individual pages, but I think I'm going to focus on one page at a time and go through this thing a little bit. There are a total of 238 pages in this book right now. That doesn't mean that won't change. Like if I come to a section and decide to air it out a little bit by chopping up some big paragraphs, that may add a page or two. But for the most part, it's pretty much done. So the foreword, all this stuff, anything you see the kind of blue mark on it, it says galley proof, not for publication. That's because this file is going to be turned into a PDF that I will share with other people, but I want them to understand that this is not finished by any means, and it's also not for publication. So that's why it says not for publication. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at this and go down page by page and just kind of look at it, not in terms of what's been written, because I've been through that many times, but how the page looks, how it looks as a formatted page. So things like got up here, the header, it says Nonfiction Brand because that's the left reading page. The right reading page actually says DP Knudten, as you can see right here. And so it's left page, right page. And again, I'm just looking, how does it fill the page? What does it look like on the page? Does everything look good? Are the paragraphs not too long? Stuff like that. Like this paragraph right here is really quite fat. In fact, how many words is that paragraph? 152 words. Well, that's not terrible. But you can see I like my paragraphs to be typically a little bit shorter than that. Like this would be more or less the perfect length, 81. So this one is like twice as long as I would like it to be, but that's okay. Without there then. So why is your picture on the cover? It's because I'm a toxic narcissist. No. There's more to it than that. You'll have to read the book to find out what that is. But just going through page by page. Why is your picture on the cover? End of section, terminal mark at the bottom. Beautiful. Now, I want to look at that. Size picture. 21 by 21. Talking pixels there. It doesn't give me a good indication on DPI, because I would love that to know that it's going to be crisp. Because in my first book, here's a copy, I did the same thing with the terminal marks at the bottom, and they just seem a little bit soft. I don't want them to be bigger. Yeah, but they aren't totally crisp. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I suppose I could do this. I could insert file. And I want to insert a file. I'll go to Nonfiction Brand Universe, NFB logo, final. No, it's not. It's going to be in Collaborator. That's where it is. Logos. Go to black. Full logo, no. Icon, yes. Well, it won't take PNGs or JPEGs? Come on. You should totally. Well, let's see if it'll take an SVG. No, it doesn't look like it's going to take that either. So let me look that up. Insert picture from file. Okay, so 300 DPI. Nope. That's gray. JPEG. Okay, let's insert the 30. It doesn't look right. Insert picture from file. $50, no. Pretty small. Insert. Yeah, see, it's soft like that. I hate that. Let's try an EPS maybe. Insert picture from file. That's going to be big. I can size it down. Size and position. Lock aspect ratio for sure. Text wrapping. Square. Position. Lock anchor. And size. Make it 15% of actual size. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that's still big. Size, get 5%. And let's just, ooh, that's significantly bigger. So let's go size, take it back to 15. Okay, you can see that's crisper already. So let's make it 10. Yeah, that's basically the right size. So now I need to get rid of that. Oh, and that's much crisper. Size position, let's make that 3 and 8.3 is what I had these at before. All right, so now I'm just going to quickly whip through this whole document and replace the one I had because this is far crisper. Get rid of the old one. And then I have to manually place these things, which is a real gigantic butt pain because once again, Microsoft Turd is not a page layout program. But that's okay. This will just be tedious, and you'll have to watch it for a while. But that's the way things work. When you're creating a book, it's a fair amount of tedium. But if you care and you want to make it as good as you possibly can, oops, cancel that. I wonder if I can just, oops, see, that's part of the problem. So what is it? It's 3 by 8.3. See? Oh, God. Can never get it right. 3 by 8.3. Okay, and that goes right. So I just page down, looking for the pages where I have a terminal mark like that. And I replace it like this. Get rid of the old one. Replace it with the new one. Nope. Position. Absolute position 3 inches. And 8.3. Bingo. Get rid of the old one, drop in the new one, and then make sure it's placed correctly. Size and position. 3, 8.3. Okay. And do this again. Not the most fun, for sure. But who said writing a book was fun? It's not fun. It's meaningful, and it's definitely an important part of your life. If you are anyone who considers themselves a writer of any sort, having a book is kind of the big deal. But there's a reason why writers don't go from one book instantly into another. It's like, oh my God, I forgot. It's the same reason that there are 2 years a lot of times between the birth of children. There's enough time in between for you to forget just how painful it was, how the first one was. And I can't claim to know the exact level of pain, but as the father of 3 daughters, I have a certain amount of knowledge. Not, again, I'm not claiming 100% knowledge, but let me tell you, I was not a passive observer. Well, except as a father, I pretty much am a passive observer because the women in my life run it, and I wouldn't have it any other way because I love them, in spite of the fact they drive me bad crap crazy. No, don't want to do that. See, if this were an Apple product, it would anticipate what you wanted to do and say, oh, you don't have to re-enter the same thing that you've been doing on every page. We'll automatically populate it with the same parameters that you've put in several times, and it'll happen very, very quickly and easily. All you have to do is cut and paste. Yeah, well, guess what? This is not. I remember this, and that needs to be 8 point. Good. That needs to be 8 points, not 10. 8 point type. That can come down. Get it close. Position 3, 8.3. And again, I'm not doing this on every page. It's just to mark the end of sections, specific sections. Like this is the end of the Roger Wakefield part. So okay, so let's see. If I do this, and I position it exactly right, now I grab this, copy it, you would think that it would just place it exactly at the same place on whatever page, like right here. If I go, of course not, it won't do that. Why? Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is crap on a cracker, but you gotta use it because it's the industry standard, and most people don't give a crap anyway, which is why I am an Apple guy through and through. Apple cares, as do I. And I think that's why most creatives prefer Apple products. Key 3 and a key 3. And again, if I could easily, there we go. Let's try copying that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. But yeah, you go through every page, and I tell you, at this stage, every page, every time you look at it, you're going to find something to correct. And I was talking with my wife about this because it is about you're never done with a book. You just abandon it. Okay, let's see. And I'm getting this ready to send to other people for blurbing, and hopefully someone will write a foreword for it. Let's see, left 3. Come on, damn it. Oh, yeah. I'm using a trackpad to try to place this thing, and it just never wants to go exactly right. Oh, God. And that's one of the things I find really weird, strange about Microsoft products. They just really don't care about the people that have to use it, because if they did, they would actually do user testing that had people do things like this over and over and go, oh, we can make this very easy for them. But they won't ever do that. And I know they have usability testing, but I think most of their testing is probably about trying to make sure they don't have any bugs, as opposed to user experience. And that, my friends, is the difference between Apple and Microsoft in a nutshell. User experience. Apple is 100% about user experience, and Microsoft is all about engineering. And what sometimes engineers just don't really give a crap about user experience, in my not so humble opinion. And for the next one, that looked weird for a second. Let's make sure that's 8 point. Yeah, that's fine. Position. See, it should open up on the position thing. I'm doing the same task over and over again, and yet it doesn't open in the same place. Microsoft Word, what does the user want to do? The same thing they've just done over and over again. How about that? Yeah, why should we optimize for that when we can optimize for other things, I guess? And this is missing a page number too. Page side. That seems awfully big. I bet you this is going to mess stuff up. Let's see what that is. That's 10. I guess I should probably go back. Otherwise, I have to go through and fix every frickin' page, which is probably what I'm going to have to do anyway. Because again, page numbering, not easy to do. And frankly, I would use a different program for this, except of things like table of contents. Three and 8.3. And let's see. Page number, outside format. Okay. I don't know what does that. I really don't. Don't want that. I want size and position. Yeah, so this is très tedious, but it's a necessity, you know, because my first book, I had this soft, it wasn't a clean image, and it looks okay, but sorry, okay is not good enough. and I'm doing this all myself, so I don't have a second pair of eyes to look at stuff. And I don't see everything when I go through this thing, the first time through. And then all of a sudden, the 17th time through, I'll see something and go, oh, crap, why didn't I see this earlier? And the answer is because I didn't see it earlier. And, in a perfect world, I'd have an editorial staff that would take this off my plate and handle it, but I don't. And I'm enough of a semi-perfectionist to need to do this myself. And so this is the pain that you have to go through when you're self-producing your own book. And again, Microsoft Word could make this a lot easier for me, but no, can't do that. No. Gotta have a piece of crap bloatware that should be rewritten from the ground up. But yeah, they aren't going to do that because it's a cash cow. And most people just don't care. Maybe I should have done this in Apple Pages. Probably could have. Could have tried it. I'm too far along now. Sunk costs and all that. This just means that tomorrow I'll be working on this again, because I really do want to send it out to various people to blurb the book, to see if they'll blurb the book. Send them a PDF copy of the book and see if they'd write something nice about it or inclusion in the book. Because I do have a page or two up front that will be dedicated to just having blurbs in there. Plus, I have some thoughts about who I'd like to get to write a foreword for it. So I'm going to be asking them after they read it and see if they like it enough to, if they say, hey, great book, then I'll say, hey, would you consider writing a foreword? Because seriously, I made this book as good as I can, and I could use a little help. Galton. I'm getting toward the end of this book, which is great. But I do need to get this in the hands of others. And this might be close to the last one. I think there's one more after this. Oh, yeah, and I just remembered I need to put a copyright page in the back, I think. Okay. Three. Okay. I think I can go. Yeah, so this would be the back side of a page. Three. Okay. Oh, that took it from there. Get rid of that link, because I don't want the hyperlink. Please, no hyperlink. And I'm looking at my first book here. And I put the collaborator publications. So let's do that. Let's put insert picture from file. And what I'm looking for is the master black. Publications. Let's see. Full logo black. Maybe it's under book. Collaborator. Logos, graphic. Summer edition. Screenshot. PDFs. Green chats, comments. That. X. Come on, collaborator pub logo. All right, well, I'm going to have to do a little searching for that, but I've been boring you guys to death already, so I don't need to keep you around and boring, but I did need to keep my streak alive. So this is episode 280. I've got 21 left to go, or this is I got 21 days left to go anyway. Tomorrow night, I'll be back here working on the book some more, so be sure to check that out. And I'm going to say that if you're looking for a great podcast to listen to, can I recommend the Nonfiction Brand podcast? Yeah, it comes out every single Monday, and it features a wide variety of people who are working on their personal and small business brands so that they can build a lot of equity for themselves, boost their awareness, and also let people know exactly who they are, what they do, and how they do it. So check that out. You can get the Nonfiction Brand podcast wherever you get find podcasts for free. Just search for Nonfiction Brand and look for this image. It's the center section there where it says Nonfiction Brand and my photo in black and white. That's the cover art for the podcast. So if you see that, you'll know you got the right thing. Well, that's it for me tonight. I will see you tomorrow. But until then, theme music, take us on out. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.